Hello, U.S. history students. This is Mrs. Thomas, and I'll be reading the Week 13 quiz to you, along with all the questions and the answer options. There are 7 questions on this quiz, and when you get down to the bottom, please remember to click Submit Quiz so that this shows up correctly in the gradebook. Number 1, what was one effect the GI Bill had on American society in the post-war era? Deserving soldiers received medals for their service. Veterans received benefits that allowed them to purchase TVs. More veterans were able to attend college for the first time. The military remained at full force. Question 2. Why did the United States experience an era of prosperity after World War II? New companies profited greatly from the internet through advertisements. Americans were finally able to buy affordable goods manufactured in Europe shortly after the war ended. Foreign investors began buying American businesses. American factories were not destroyed by the war and were able to increase production to sell to foreign countries. Question number 3. Why was there a baby boom during the post-war era? People were conforming to the trend of having children. People wanted the additional tax exemptions offered for having children. With the war over and the economy growing, people were more prepared to raise children. With additional government programs in place, people were counting on assistance. Number 4, what factor led to the growth of the suburbs following World War II? City housing had been destroyed during the war and needed to be rebuilt. A migration of whites to the north had created housing shortages in the cities. The federal government offered tax incentives to anyone who moved to the suburbs. Developers built affordable, mass-produced houses in places like Levittown. Question number 5. What did the addition of "Under God" to the Pledge of Allegiance and adopting "In God We Trust" as the national motto signify about life in the 1950s? That there was a religious resurgence and people used religion to show conformity against atheism and communist ideas. That the government rewrote the Constitution so there was no longer a separation of church and state. That people were grateful for victory in World War II. That the televangelists were more influential than Congress. Number 6. How did television influence American life beginning in the 1950s? Violent TV shows of the 1950s caused the crime rate to rise. TV created a common culture and developed common social norms. Travel shows heightened interest in seeing all the country and other parts of the world. Advertisements discouraged people from watching TV. Number 7. What was not a result of the car culture that developed in the post-war era? Most families were able to live in the suburbs and commute to work. Car sales decreased because people were concerned about fuel consumption. The percentage of families owning cars increased dramatically. Congress passed legislation to construct the interstate highway system. When done with your quiz, click Submit Quiz, and it will show up in the gradebook, and you will see your score. Good luck.